spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
And I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. You tuned in to another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you reviews and hot takes on movies and TV coming straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, can't call it slow motion. Just trying to get through life, man. Had a couple of curveballs, some things that I got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Got to get these kids' teeth right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
You can't be 12 with no teeth, bro.
Hey,
but bad look.
It's a real bad look. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Trying to get these kids together, man. But how about you, man? How you feeling?
Man, same thing, man. Slow motion, man. Just another day, another dollar. Back feeling way better. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here moving like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good.
Man, got that. Man, that chiropractor got that back right.
I'm not agreeing to that at all, sir.
What you mean, man? He did, man.
Not like that. he fixed me. That's more like it.
Oh,
that's
man.
Crazy. That is crazy. The way it was wow. You put too much emphasis on back, bro. The chiropractor got that back right. Yeah, nah. That's it. That's funny as fuck, bro. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a good one. That was a real good one. But nah, I'm feeling great, man. I'm able to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver around and get flexible again, and I'm cool, man. I still got a little bit of pressure on my back and a little bit of pain here and there, like depending on if I stand up too long or not. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I'm good. I just stretch a little bit, you know what I'm saying, twist and turn, move around, sit down, get back up, and I'm right back to it.
So you're still not doing the heavy machinery stuff though, right?
Fuck no.
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I'm riding this shit out. I'm riding this shit till the wheels fall off. Till they catch me, brother. I might not never do nothing with heavy machinery. Fuck them. That shit is crazy, bro.
Hey, I don't blame you, man. Shit, I needed that same attitude, man. When I had and this is something I had forgot to mention that day.
Mm-hmm.
Was when I was telling you we had guys like calling in for like stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I had first tore my Achilles, my guy, like I couldn't see an orthopedic for a week. You know what I'm saying? I went to work, my guy, in crutches.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like I went in crutches, and then like they gave me a damn dude to ride in the seat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A runner. So I just had a runner because it was my left foot, so I was still able to drive.
Yeah,
but it was just
all you
like
had to do is just drive around all day.
Yeah, just drive.
At least you got to go to work, nigga. I couldn't even go to work.
Yeah, man, but it was worse, man. Like trying to tell somebody what it looked to like, cause see, I ran like a downtown area, so like all the stops wasn't just you get out the truck, go through the front door.
Yeah,
boom.
you got to go through certain spots.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and like I'm trying to tell this dude where to go, and then like he was moving slow as molasses. And it was just like, yo, but then I couldn't listen to my podcast like I wanted to because I'm sitting here telling him where to go.
Yeah,
it was like, nah. But I just bring that up just to say that, like, man, like nobody want a FedEx driver coming to work and you don't want to go in there no crutches. But it's just like
you don't go nowhere in no crutches.
Yeah, and it was just like, man, y'all like some people just call in over some of the dumbest shit, but it just like, but yeah, but that was just. That was not a fun time, but
I know, man. I know. I mean, I wish I had that problem, bro. Like that was that was the least of my problems. Like my problem was I just couldn't move. Like I literally couldn't move. Like they tell like I don't think a lot of people realize either. Like your back is very vital in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't do nothing with your back, bro, you can't do nothing at all. Nothing. I can tell you that right now.
You can't even sit down and get up like you know what I mean?
Sit down, get up. Like, you can't
lay down.
You can't fart for real. And I know that's a crazy thing to say, but nigga, it was at one point in time where that shit hurt.
Hey, that ain't even funny, but I'm telling you, like that shit is real.
Shit, for real. Like your back controls everything. Like your spine already control everything. So if anything in your spine mess up, like a vertebrae, a nerve, or hell nah. Take me out. I'm at the game, coach.
Yep, sub me out, coach.
Yeah, I had to do all kind of cold water baths and all kind of shit, man, but it worked, and I'm back, so I'm happy about that.
Good deal.
Yeah, man.
So man,
today, man, listen, this is an interesting joint right here, man. This bad boy came out in 2008, starring America's, sweetheart, Shia LeBouf. This movie is about a young man who basically was fooled into being a terrorist at the end of the day. His brother was a part of the military, doing some things and being involved in some things that nobody knew about, and pretty much he got used as a pawn in the game of espionage by, believe it or not, the computer. This is an interesting movie, very interesting movie, and it makes you think. You know what I'm saying? Usually we start off with, you know what I'm saying, when you watch this, what did you think? This time, fuck all that, bro. Quick question.
What's up?
We getting right into the shits this time, bro. You on your computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your computer just blanks out, then your phone rings. I don't know why I use the computer blanking out because it ain't had shit to do with shit. In the scene, it would look cool as fuck though. But your phone ring and then it's a voice on there telling you to do some shit. Do you follow those rules? Yes or no?
Okay, now when you say that,
mm-hmm.
you have to tie in like some of the events that's going around this phone call. Because
so for instance, your computer just went off, right? So you know what I'm saying? Let me reframe the question then, because that is a good point. Let me reframe the question, right? So your brother died, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Your brother was in the military or whatever. Then you know what I'm saying? Your people call you, hey man, your brother dead, come to the funeral. You go to the funeral, you know what I'm saying? You sit down, you want to get on your laptop real quick, you know what I'm saying, message the people on Facebook, let them know, because that's the only way you can reach them, right? Your laptop cut off. So you like, damn, man, I got to get my, you know what I'm saying, get my laptop back on. So you thinking that, you know what I'm saying, the battery just died or whatever. So you like, all right, after this is all said and done, I'm going to go home and get my charger. And, you know what I'm saying, charge my laptop up, let these people know. You get home, next thing you know, your house is filled with shit that you don't know nothing about. But it's like, it's a briefcase with guns in it. You know what I'm saying? It's another briefcase with detonators. Then, you know what I'm saying, you got this safe full of gold that you don't know nothing about. But, you know what I'm saying, you keep a little bit of that gold, though. Then, you know what I'm saying, you got this other envelope sitting on the table, but they got like $100,000 in it with some passports, you know what I'm saying, some key cards for the Bellagio, you know what I'm saying, places like that. You know what I'm saying, just a bunch of shit that you don't know nothing about. Then your phone rings, and on the other end of it is a voice that's saying, hey, get out of there. The FBI is on their way to get you. You got 24 seconds. What do you do?
Okay. And you also got to consider you go to the ATM. Now, now they showed you go to the ATM earlier. And you like, come on. Insufficient funds. you trying to get $100. You go this time, it's $750,000 in there all of a sudden. So you add all of that, and they say you got 24 seconds to get out of there. I am out of there, my guy, because my bank account is usually empty. I all of a sudden got $750,000 in there. Then you're telling me, because the lady also said the evidence is too substantial that's in your house right now.
Right.
Like, you're not going to be able to explain this to the FBI. So just know you're going to have to do what I say, because you can't talk yourself out of the situation.
Right.
So if they're telling me this, I'm definitely listening to this damn thing because I have an ordinary life that goes an ordinary way. And now all of a sudden I got all this money. All of a sudden all this stuff is around my apartment and I don't know how it got here and I don't know who sent it to me.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I would have done, I would have opened the briefcases.
Yeah.
But once I saw it was a gun, I'm not touching that shit.
Yeah, it's time to get
You
out
put
of
your fingerprints out. He touched everything. He touched the bullets, everything. It's like, what are you doing?
Damn sure did. You know what? Now that I think about that, I didn't even pay that no attention.
It's like, why are you? He touched everything.
Literally.
I'm like, why are you touching all this? But I am definitely listening. Even in the other situation where you get a phone call and it says it's your son calling.
Mm-hmm.
You answer the phone. There's some chick telling you to go across the street to the McDonald's. You look at the McDonald's, you see your son on the screen, and they're telling you, yo, if you want to see your son again, you need to do what I say. It's like,
yo, time out. So you know the little nigga who plays her son, right?
That's what he play in? Oh, you got it off.
He played in a bunch of Disney shit.
Is that where I seen him from?
It might not be, but I'm saying like he played in a bunch of Disney shit. And recently, RIP to him too, because recently he I believe he committed suicide. But
that's where I know him from. I'm sorry. It's that show I've been trying to tell your ass to fucking watch for the longest. I've been trying to tell you to watch Miss Fletcher on HBO. He was in that.
Okay. But did you know that nigga's black?
I mean, it ain't surprising.
No. Like black.
Oh
black.
no, he's Afro Caribbean, African American.
Yeah, like nigga's black. For the longest, I didn't know because so it's a what the fuck is that show? Hold on, let me go to his shit. It's a show he was on and my kids used to watch on Disney all the time. Called oh my goodness, what is that show called? Bunk. No, not Bunk. That's not it. What is the show called? It's a girl that's in there too. He was in Grown Ups. He was in oh my goodness.
Was it Jesse?
Yep. That was it. I'm glad. Thank you for saying that. I couldn't find that shit for nothing. But that's the show he was in, right? Because they was all like a part of this big adopted family. But that's where I remember him from because my kids used to watch that shit all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? When I was reading up on him, because I had seen him in something else, and that's when I had found out, you know what I'm saying, he had committed suicide because I had seen him in Jesse and then Grown Ups. He was one of the kids. He was one of the sons in Grown Ups. But come to find out, this nigga is a nigga. I'm like, yo, that shit blew my mind because like nothing about him looks like, you know what I'm saying, like the average black dude. But
yeah,
that's a nigga.
Hey, that's just like my youngest, man. You know what I'm saying? He takes so much after his mom, and like my Uncle Washington used to always say, he had this running joke. He'd be like, hey, he said, do me a favor. He's like, go into Macy's and just pick your son up and start running.
Hey, that's hilarious.
I said, hell no.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I said, not that one. I like my oldest, I do that with him. My youngest, nah, I ain't doing that with him. They gonna think I done snatched him up.
Man.
And he's like that because he's really like if you see him, you could tell. You seen pictures of him, you could tell he mixed. But if you from a distance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
He done snatched up this white child.
But dude, like that just always threw me off, man. Because I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was like Italian or like Hispanic or something. Nah, this nigga is he's a nigga.
Yeah, but yeah,
the voice, man.
Yeah, but to answer your question, like I'm definitely doing it, man, because if it was just a situation where I just came home, like if everything was normal, I go and I ain't even got $100 in my account, I go home, it's regular, it's the same old stuff that I deal with when I regularly go home, and I just got this random phone call. It's like, yo, like you got the wrong number, like I don't know what you're talking about, but with all of this other variables that's adding to the situation, it's like, okay, obviously you know something, this person on the line.
Yeah.
I am listening to you. But throw the question back at you. With all of those variables adding up, are you listening to this person on the phone?
Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you. The fact that I get so many spam calls in a day on my phone, you know what I'm saying? And I got my iPhone is set to block any number that I don't know. I probably wouldn't have got the call to begin with.
Okay.
So
with that being said, but this is a computer though.
Yeah.
Like
no, I'm saying now, if it found a way to circumnavigate that,
yeah.
And then you know
because remember it said that her son was calling. Remember?
Oh, that's right. You're right.
It said Sam was calling.
Right. So yeah, so I would probably answer, and then once I heard the voice, the fact that it sounded like a robot, I'd have hung up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Just because, you know what I'm saying, like we so used to hearing those robotic voices and knowing that ain't shit on that other side. So you'd be like, man, quit fucking calling me. So like hearing that, it'd be like, you got such and such to do. Man, bitch, click. I got to figure out why there's shit in my house. Like that's the type of shit I'd be on. So I definitely got caught by the FBI.
Yeah, and he got caught by the FBI because he's just like he doing what any normal person would do. Like
he trying to figure out what the fuck going on.
Yeah, like what is going on? Like how did you get this number? Like you asking all the right questions, and and the police came in on him and got him and snatched him up. But then like how she even broke him out was now
Crazy.
See that's when to me that's when the shit like really really got real, because it's like if you're watching this movie for the first time, like you're like, this is kind of weird, like, and then this FBI agent ask him all of these questions about his brother, and all this type of shit. It's just like, that's kind of fucked up. But then when he gets his phone call, they showing you the fax machine, and then they was like, give him his phone call. He get a phone call, and the person come back in. It's like, you have to duck down in 15 seconds. We're getting you out of here. And you see that fucking crane coming, and like, I mean, it completely destroyed a government building, like to get this dude up out of here. And it's just like, at that point, it's just like, I'm listening to everything they said. And he still wasn't convinced. So he's looking out the thing, and it says, Jerry, jump, Jerry, jump. It's like, how is this happening right now? Then you get on a train, and the person that's sitting next to you, phone is ringing, and it's saying it's for you.
And they just giving you that's another thing about this shit too. It was way too many people that was getting all these random ass phone calls and shit like that was just so willingly to be helping these motherfuckers. Like the lady on the bus, she was like, "Are you Jerry?" And he was like, yeah, get on the bus. Wait a minute. What phone call did you get?
But see, this is the thing though. It knows everything about you, but then it also can plant shit on you. So it's kind of like, I think that what the computer was doing was just like, let's say to that lady, if you don't do this, we see that you ain't a citizen and we can deport you. Like it could be.
That was, what I'm saying? I mean, I feel you, but that's a lot for the little bit of time that they had.
I mean, it's true, but like, I think that now, first of all, like for the people who hasn't seen this movie, like I think it was called Ariel. I think that's the name of it.
What? No, Aria.
Aria. So the movie starts where it's in the Middle East somewhere. There's this terrorist guy who is they've been trying to find this guy for years. They're like, he don't come out much, and the computer was saying, like maybe like 51% we think that is him. And so it wasn't 100%. So the one person that was Secretary of Defense, he's like, I want it to be a higher percentage. This might not be him. Let's not do this. This is going to be
Callister.
Yes, and that's going to be important. We'll get to that later on. But like, he was the one that was like, Mr. President, you know what I'm saying? It might not be him. Let's just abort the mission. President's like, fuck that shit. Send the drone, shoot him, all this type of shit. Well, come to find out, it wasn't him.
It was definitely not the president.
No, not the president. I mean, it wasn't the Middle Eastern person. Yeah, that they was gunning for.
I still don't think that was the president.
The president was the one that told him to do it.
I don't think so. I think that was the computer being the president.
No, man, the president was they had the Zoom call joint going.
I know.
They was on the Zoom call. Well, he was on the phone. But
he was on the phone with the president.
No. Because see, the computer was the one that didn't want. That was the whole reason why the computer wanted to take those 12 people out and didn't want to take him out.
You're right. Because he kept saying abort mission. You're right. Because there's in the middle of okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
but he was on the phone with the president though. That's why. That's why I thought it was the computer doing that.
Yeah. It was the computer. The reason the computer picked out those 12 targets because they broke the constitutional thing or whatever he was trying to say.
Yeah.
So that was the whole reason why the computer went rogue in the first place because it was like the only way that these mistakes are not going to happen if we take these 12 people out. And so I said we were going to touch it later in the pie, but fuck it. The Secretary of Defense was the person that was like, no, like let's not do this.
Yeah.
So when it came to the end of the movie, the computer locked him in the room and was like, yo, you're not going to be harmed. Because the whole point of what the computer was trying to do, if you take those 12 people out, the next high-ranking person that will become the president was him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the computer locked him in the room, because if that bomb would have went off, it would have killed all of those people, and he is, I guess, 13th on the list. If all these people die, you become the president.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the computer was trying to do because they were like, yo, you the one that made the right call.
Yeah,
they the ones
who had the most morality.
Exactly. So, but yeah, you are right. Like, if you think about it in that sense, it's like, yo, how is all of these people just obeying with what this automated phone thing is saying?
Weird, man.
But you also got to look at it this way. It's 2008. We wasn't getting spam calls like that back then. Not like that.
Boy, you was getting spam emails out the wazoo, man. What you talking about? Remember, everybody email was getting hacked around the time.
Emails, not phone calls. I think he was more apt to answer a phone call back then than you were today.
If an unknown number called your phone, you usually didn't answer. Besides the time like her son called her supposedly. That was the only time we seen where whoever had called them was a number that they knew. The rest of them was just random ass motherfuckers calling them. Because remember, even when the dude had drove up on them, and he was like, "Here," and he just gave her the phone, and she was, and then the computer was like, "Yo, stop him, or you know what I'm saying, he gonna die."
Yo, that shit right there, I think that's when. Which I don't know why it took so much to convince them, because there had already been some shit that was kind of very convenient and convincing.
Mm-hmm.
But like when they told him, yo, you better stop him or I'm gonna have to take action.
Mm-hmm.
And it made all of those fucking power lines come down and strike them dead. Like that's when
fucking convenient though.
Yo, that was when they made the turn of like, okay.
Also, that was the realest death by electricity I've ever seen.
Yo,
because it wasn't like he got shocked and then, you know what I'm saying, like X-ray mode. Nah, he got shocked and then his body caught fire and then he flew off. I was like, bravo for them doing their research, because that is really what happens to you.
Yo, they burnt that dude to a crisp.
Bro.
I'm talking about
that nigga said, and that was it. I said, oh shit. I said, okay, then they did the real kill. I like that. That was nice.
That was crazy. But I mean, you're right. They must have really did their research on that, because I mean they burnt him to a crisp. But
the way he caught fire was crazy though.
Because it kind of looked like he exploded.
Yeah, at first it did. And then you realize that it wasn't that. It was just because it hit so much, all the moisture just coming off his body with the heat, and then his body just catch fire, and then he fling off. I was like,
yeah,
very detailed.
That was wild, man. Yeah, very, very detailed. But like, nah, man. But the way that they did the way they did my man Jerry though, man, that was fucked up, man. Because I mean, it was very convenient for the computer for the person to have a twin and for them to be identical twins. But yeah, they definitely used him as a pawn, because Jerry's brother, oh man, what was his name?
I forgot what his name was.
Damn, I forgot too. But so his brother is running this undercover thing that the government is doing because they wanted this thing to be able to point out, a domestic threat or anything like that. So his brother is working as a Minuteman, what they called him. And so he ended up taping himself trying to give this computer a direct order, and they're doing like what they want to do. Like the computer's like, fuck what you saying, I'm doing this. So because he disobeyed what the computer said, like, yo, like we're taking you out now. And he recorded this whole thing. And the only way that they could get this one mission to work is they needed Jerry to go in and log in as his brother.
Yeah.
So that they can get this whole mission kicked off. And just the way that they used him, but then like the way that they kept putting him down, like, man, it was so fucked up. Like the one scene that was touching to me, because I say on this pod, I think I said it before, but yo, I always wanted a twin. I don't know why, but I just did. And like, this was one of those situations where it's like, you wouldn't want it to be this way, but his brother was so Ethan. That's what his name was. Yeah. Like his brother was so cool and looked out for his brother. Like the scene that got me was when he was on, like, so when they was at the mall and the computer told them to, yo, we got some gift cards for you at such and such. Go in there, change your appearance, and you got to be somewhere in 15 minutes. And he was like, nah, fuck that. I want to see you. I want to see your face and all this like stuff. So they tell them to go into Circuit City. So they go into Circuit City. And like it's showing them all his life, and and then she's like, so they showed the scene where it was like, your brother walked in 12 months, a task that took you 18 months. You know what I'm saying? And like saying that your brother was this and you was this and you was that. And so like when they had got on a bus or whatnot, or train or whatever, and like she was like, yo, I'm sorry I said all that stuff about your brother. And he was like, man, it's like he had a jetpack on his back. He was just like, he just got everything so fast and so easy, and it made me, it took me, more time to do it or whatnot, to the fact where it got his father to basically ignore him and like show all of his attention to his brother.
Dad was a dick bag too, though.
He was, and you could tell why he didn't fuck with him. And his dad tried to be cool, tried to give him money. He was like, yo, I don't want your money. Like, I'm out here struggling while y'all got money because I don't fuck with you. And he still snuck $1,000 check in his book bag or whatnot. But like when he said that, yo, like my brother would, be like, trying to teach him how to play baseball. And he would try to be like, this is the way you do it, do it this way. And he was like, my brother would clean up the whole house or whatnot, and then tell my parents that I did it so they would even pay me some attention. And it's just like, when you think about it that way, like to have a ride or die twin like that, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just trying to explain to her, like, yo, like this is my brother's character. Like what you think and what you saying he did, this is how I know that he wouldn't do nothing like that. And it just hit so hard because it's like when you think about like real close siblings and stuff, like how one gets more attention than the other one, and the other one might be a little bit more successful than the other, and then you have to try to find that balance as a parent, you know what I'm saying, not to leave one out. And like them showing like Jerry going, like really kind of showing you like him going through some of the traumatic shit that he went through as a kid, because his twin brother, he wasn't like, he was just living life. Like he wasn't trying to outshine his brother. He just naturally did.
Right.
And it caused a wedge between, especially him and his father. So it was just like that scene to me, man, like it was just like, damn, like, man, that's crazy. Like I don't know why it touched me so much, but it just did.
Yeah, because it was you kind of understood. Because first and foremost, like you seen the scene with his father first, and so you already know like he had an issue, but it didn't seem as if like he was really struggling because you know, and like at the end of the day, he was talking about well, his dad had mentioned how he had traveled and he had been to different countries and different places, basically, you know what I'm saying, just doing whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying, to get a job here or there, whatever. And then he even mentioned that he had called Stanford or some shit like that. So
Yeah,
like you could tell like wasn't nothing really wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? It's just he just chose his own path in life. And you could tell like he was just a controlling ass person, like, yo, you either go to Stanford or you know what I'm saying, you don't do such and such anymore. And he was just like, yo, fuck this. I just go do whatever I want to do. And you could tell that's how he was. But then when they had showed those videos of, you know what I'm saying, him and his brother, you could tell that him and his brother had a different relationship and somehow that got estranged along the way. And then, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately he had to find out about the death through, you know what I'm saying, like his mom calling and you know, he sitting here trying to sneak in the house so the landlord don't catch him.
that's it. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, he had a little bit of change, so he do that and then you know, you come to find out like damn, you know what I'm saying, your brother died. So that was a little touching too. Like I feel you on that one because it was one of those things where it's like, damn, bro, you kind of put yourself in them shoes and you like, man, you can't do nothing but break down and cry. You can't do nothing but feel away because at the end of the day, you know, only thing you ever want really is love. So, you know what I'm saying? You definitely want that from your family. So the only motherfucker that really gave a fuck about him or cared about him is dead now. So it's like, you know, that's a tough one. That's a tough
and
pill for him to swallow.
yeah, and I think that because he haven't seen him in 3 years and he haven't talked to him in a year, I think that
Mm-hmm.
really had to do with like his brother. Like, I think his brother was kind of like focusing on his career, but he also was doing something in secret that he probably couldn't talk about.
Right.
So he probably like wasn't really reaching out to Jerry because he was like, "Yo, I'm doing something that's really important, and I don't really have." Because I think that dude said they had 12-hour shifts, if I'm not mistaken. Now
Mm-hmm.
you still can find time to call your brother, but still, like I just think that they were just, even though they were twin, like they was total opposites. Like they
Yeah.
was identical, but they were just two different people. But I still think that his brother rocked with him, but it was just that I guess maybe I'm thinking what it was that maybe his brother was trying to convince him that maybe some of the stuff that his father was saying to him, like,
Mm-hmm.
won't you try to do this, it probably started an argument, so he probably just didn't talk to him because he was like, I don't want to argue with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was crazy, man. And then like they let us in a little bit with with Rachel, showing
Mm-hmm.
her she a single parent, sending her son off to DC to go, they were supposed to play somewhere else, and then they asked them to go play at the Pentagon. But
Yeah.
her son's father, not doing much, not paying child support and all this type shit. So they let us in a little bit with her, but then like once like the more time that they spent together, I mean, this a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
They started to connect a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which was, I mean, that's. Let's talk about this for a second, man.
Yeah.
Why does it always seem like almost in like every movie, like when there is a male and a female, like they always end up being like this attraction that you see is building through the film, and you
Because
kind of
y'all
like,
saving each other's lives the whole time.
I mean, yeah, and then I think it's also kind of like when something dangerous and
Yeah, it's like
exciting.
traumatic.
Yeah, and then it's like when you saving each other, because let's remember, the computer told her to kill
Mm-hmm.
Jerry,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Yo, like I can't do it."
Mm-hmm.
But then it showed them in that container thing when they had to transport them to the Pentagon or whatever, whatnot. Like, he's asking her about like, what about your son, and all that type of stuff. And she told him her son's birthday. Then he showed up with the birthday. And he was like, "Yo, yeah, I know I'm late." She was like, "Yeah, but you can't." You know what I'm saying? And like that was that whole little thing there. But like, yo, let's get into we got to get into, you know what I'm saying, your boy though. We got to get into Agent Thomas Morgan, man,
Tom
played
Morgan.
by Billy Bob Thornton.
Yo, he is annoying as fuck.
Billy Bob Thornton. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Agent Morgan was
pretentious. He was an asshole. He was a fucking prick. You know what I'm saying? Sarcastic.
He was perfect for the role, though.
Definitely. That whatever bad Santa was, that was him. FBI form. In FBI form, that was bad Santa FBI. That was bad FBI agent. Because that's exactly who he was, bro. He was just a jackass the whole movie, man. Like, first and foremost, when Rosario Dawson's character, Zoe Perez, Agent Perez came through, you know what I'm saying? He telling her what to do as if she up under him. She had to correct him, like, yo, just I don't know why you keep forgetting this. I don't work for you, bro. I work for the CIA. Get up off my back. I'll see you tomorrow, motherfucker. You tripping.
Yeah, he definitely was. But he was, they did make him, he might have been a bad one, but he ended up being a smart one because he caught on really quick. I'm like, well, when he first started catching on, it was like, yo, like, who's the girl that's with him? Show me the traffic cam. They're like, yo, all of them blacked out.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. So then when they went and robbed the two armored men that was in the armored truck, he was like, let me guess, all the cameras blacked out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he caught on pretty quick of like, okay, we dealing with some kind of crazy ass cyber attack that's way bigger than these two people. Like, he realized that very early because in some movies, it shows you a situation where a person is being set up and a person is showing you ways of like, yo, this is the reason why this is not my fault. Like, I'm being set up. And like, you will see in a movie where the cop or the agent or whatever the case may be, like, they just will not listen to them. And in this situation, he's getting all those little nuggets, but he's paying attention like, okay, this is way bigger than them. Like, whatever we doing right now, this is above their pay grade. Like, they don't even really know what's going on. So so when it was the situation where when he was finally able to get his hands on Jerry, like yeah, he jacked him up or whatever, but when he put him in the car, like, he took the cuffs off him. He's like, yo, like, something else is going on here. Like what is really going on? And he trusted Jerry, like right. And then Jerry had to drop on him. When they was on the things that was moving the packages and stuff, and he had the gun on him and he didn't shoot him. That's when he kind of realized. But then also, and I know what you're talking about when you said that Agent Morgan was an asshole. When he was talking to the dudes that got robbed at the armored truck.
Yeah, he was like,
how was they holding their guns?
Yeah.
He was like, man, give me the shotgun. He was like, but they holding it like this? Or were they holding it like this? He was like, man, they wasn't pros. He was like, man, that's all I'm asking you. Yeah. And I was like, yo, you did not have to do that shit like that. Like,
well, I mean, he kind of did, because it's like, yo, I'm in the middle of asking y'all a question. You like, yo, how did they hold their guns? They sitting there looking stupid. What do you mean? No, you was there. How was they holding the guns? Like, was they holding it like they knew how to shoot the gun or not? But no, Tom Morgan, man, he was kind of the reason that, you know what I'm saying, like, all this kind of fell through. First and foremost, the one thing that you got to remember about this movie is this is 7 years after 9/11. So we still at the height of, you know what I'm saying, counterterrorism in America. So, like, around this time, everything was about either like terrorists or, you know what I'm saying, planes hijacked or, you know what I'm saying, all kind of wild shit. So, to make terrorism the plot of this movie was already crazy. And that was real bold of them to do that. But the way that they did it was dope too. So, you know what I'm saying, using Tom Morgan to basically come in and, you know what I'm saying, be like this hard-nosed agent. And he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, crack the cases, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. He's 1 or 2 steps ahead. I thought that was a great piece to put in there, and then to use Billy Bob Thornton was also great as well. I thought he added a lot of tension and in a weird way, he was kind of like the antagonist and the protagonist too. So like in the beginning, he was the antagonist, of course, because you know what I'm saying, you didn't want him to stop Jerry and Rachel. You wanted him to kind of like get the hell out their way. And then on top of that, you was also kind of, you know what I'm saying, skept like, did he have something to do with this or not? Because he was the way he played, I mean, you know what I'm saying, the way he played that character was kind of off-putting. And then later on, when you find out that he's just trying to really figure out what the fuck is going on, you kind of, you know what I'm saying, he kind of turns into one of the protagonists, and you kind of, you know what I'm saying, show him some love, and you like, yo, okay, so he's really trying to help them out, and you know what I'm saying, he's really trying to figure out what's going on. He's not just there, you know what I'm saying, excuse me, he's not just there to get in their way and fuck shit up. And then when you find out what the whole plot of the movie is and what's going on, then you like, oh yeah, Tom, you got to save the goddamn day. Because it's like these motherfuckers found a way to blow shit up using like crystals and transmitters. And I was like, yo, this is some wild shit. So yeah, Billy Bob Thornton did a great job, man. And like I said, just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that whole Bad Santa thing, playing that role was just like, yeah, that fit him perfectly. What did you think of Zoe Perez?
Zoe Perez was on her shit, yo.
Yes.
Like, and then like to have Rosario Dawson playing it, like she just murdered this role, but she was also a very quick, fast learner. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she was like at first she was kind of oblivious. Like she kind of thought that, you know what I'm saying, that Ethan Shaw really kind of had something to do with it.
Yep.
But like once she went to his house, well, where he was staying, started going through his stuff, and she found like this little secret thing, and then she tried to plug it up, couldn't figure out what the password was and all that type of stuff. And so then like she kind of figured like, yo, something is off here. And I don't think that Jerry is the person that we're really looking for. Like he's connected somehow because of his brother, and I have to tie this thing together. Like I think that Zoe was very attention to detail.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're like that and you're not, because I think some people get so zeroed in on something, like they just totally like mess the whole thing up. Like, because I think that when you think someone is responsible for something and you don't have any evidence of that, and you're trying to force evidence, like that's what she was not doing. And I think that when she started talking to Anthony Mackie, Major
Bowman.
Yeah, Major Bowman. And what really got her was when he's talking to the computer like, yo, like don't delete this. I really need this. You know what I'm saying? And she's looking like, yo, you don't see what's going on here? Like, like this computer is disobeying your ass. Like it's
pretty much doing whatever it wanted to.
Yeah, it's deleting the file because you want that file, because you're on to it. So yeah, I like what they did with her, man. She really killed it, man. How you feel about Zoe?
I think that she was just what this movie needed. She was a neutral piece. You never felt like she was against them or she was with them. It was more so like you felt like she was a separate adventure in this movie. You know what I'm saying? She was a whole different POV. You know what I'm saying? Just her trying to figure out everything else, and then also her being alone in most of it as well. It kind of gave you that feeling too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, her meeting with Major Bowman and her getting put on after Defense Secretary Callister came and grabbed her or whatever, and he let her know, like, yo, you know, you ain't fired. Like, yo, you about to get put into the game. Like, yo, get ready. This is what you've been waiting for. And so once she, you know what I'm saying, like once she got there, she even, you know what I'm saying, even when Bowman was telling her, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, it was weird because he left his post 3 minutes early. You know what I'm saying? Minutemen don't never do that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was something that she even looked at like, like that is a little bit strange. So, you know, you could tell like she was always on her job in this movie. She always was thinking and, you know what I'm saying, putting stuff together, piecing it all together. So she was definitely like the breath of fresh air that this movie needed.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say something, but it was later. I was gonna say when you was talking about, oh man, what was you just talking about? Oh, 9/11.
Yeah.
and how it was, 7 years earlier, I was like, yo, this had to be around the time of Eric Snowden, but Eric Snowden was 2013. So this was after this movie. But they said some shit that Eric Snowden said, though, about how our phones is listening to us and watching us and our TVs and shit.
Well, you gotta remember this is Patriot Act and shit. This is all kind of shit that's going on around this time.
Yeah.
And that's where that's where all this came from. I think they had a lot of foresight though, because not only was the phones and all that listening to us, but you also got to remember that they was using AI in this situation, and this was something that was 10, 15 years ahead of its time. Because like now, if you look at it, everything that we doing on the internet is just algorithm based. You know what I'm saying? And now we got AI, you know what I'm saying? We had an AI rapper, you know what I'm saying? We got AI programs that create works of art, you know what I'm saying? We got AI programs that, you know what I'm saying, can do all kinds of different things and create, you know what I'm saying, scenarios and all this other stuff that, I forgot what it was, but I know they were talking about it probably a couple months back, or maybe at the beginning of the year, where they were saying something about how one of these engineers for Microsoft, or one of them, had asked this AI program, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like, what do you want to do with humans? And they was like, yo, we want to kill y'all because, you know what I'm saying, y'all are a virus to the world. And it had like this whole soliloquy about, you know what I'm saying, like what it really wanted to do to human beings. And I was like, yo, that shit would be fucking bananas. Only because of the fact that I think that we fail to realize like that AI can work itself, but it can only work off of the input that we give it, right? Its output is only as good as our input. And so the people who are creating these algorithms and these machines and these programs, I don't think that they don't, I don't think that they aren't, I mean, they don't, it seems like they're not really paying attention to what they're like allowing these programs to use. Cause it's like, it's always like, anytime we hear one of these stories, it's like, yeah, this AI said it want to kill everybody. But it's like, yo, what the fuck was this AI getting put? What was being put in there for it to come to that conclusion that it wanted to kill everybody? Or what was it that it crashed and it was trying to take out the whole Tokyo banking system? Like, what are y'all putting in these things to try? And then you know what I'm saying, you kind of realize that a lot of this shit is just being used as like warfare tools instead of being used to properly do something about, you know what I'm saying, like mankind and make our life better. This shit is just being used to, well, if all else fails, we can use this to tear down their country. And it's like, at the end of the day, man, nobody give a fuck about that. We ain't got no beef with the citizens don't got no real beef with China. Y'all got beef with China. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is beefing back and forth. China don't got beef with us. It's just two governments beefing together. And then that's what I think. Another thing is that's what this movie showed too. At the beginning of it all, just the fact that we were supposedly using the artificial program, you know what I'm saying, to tell us whether or not that this person is this and all that. And even when the program said, yo, abort mission, they still was like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, if we abort the mission, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna miss out on these 12 people. It's like, yo, they in the middle of a fucking funeral and they not doing nothing to nobody. And then the system that you ask people to come up with and create and use is telling you, yeah, but this ain't this may or may not be him. You got a 50-50 chance. It's better you just abort this mission. So to me, like, that type of shit is just, I don't know, man. It's something about that AI shit, bro, that we got to be real careful on. Because I think that even if it does get to the point to where it can actually think for itself or blah, 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 like, we ain't even going to listen to that shit at the end of the day. We ain't going to do nothing but EMP it and start something else.
Yeah. I mean, this thing was so powerful. Like, man, it got drones coming after people. Like, it was just crazy. But so I want people to listen I want you to listen to the run that Shia LeBouf was on. Like, I don't really think people understand how significant this dude was. All right, let's just start at 2003, right? You got Hose. You got from 2000 to 2003. He did 65 episodes of Even Stevens. Did an Even Stevens movie.
Yep.
Dumb and Dumber when Harry met Lloyd. Okay, that's 2003. Also in 2003, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of this movie. Okay, he did I, Robot in 2014.
What? You never heard of the second Charlie's Angels?
No. I'm talking about the Battles of the Shaker Heights. That's what I'm talking about. I never heard of that. So 2004, I, Robot. 2005, Constantine. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, I don't know those movies. Then he did Bobby in 2006. But okay, now listen to this. He did Disturbia in 2007. He did Surf's Up in 2007. Also did Transformers in 2007.
Yep.
Right? 2008, Indiana Jones, The Kingdom of the Skull Crystals. Then he did New York, I Love You. Then that was so Indiana Jones, New York, I Love You, I, Robot all came out in 2008. And then he did Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. That was in 2009. And then he did Wall Street's Never Sleep. In 2010, he did another Transformers, Dark Side of the Moon. No, Dark of the Moon. Like, yo. And then he did Lawless in that's 2012. But like,
he did Fury in 2014.
Yo, it's just like this dude was fucking killing it, man.
Yeah.
Like box office smashes that motherfuckers just don't, for some odd reason, they don't bring up the name Shia LeBouf. Like, and see, they always bring up his off the film stuff, how, you know, he was, I can't remember if it was drugs and alcohol or just drugs. It was one of those where, you know, he had some difficulties like dealing with things when he wasn't filming and stuff like that. If y'all watch the movie Honey Boy, you can kind of understand where this shit really came from, like him and his father and his mom. Like, for him to be playing the comedic person that he was playing in most of these movies, it's like, yo, how can he, you know, dissociate with the stuff that he was going through? Like, when you watch Honey Boy, like, his life was in shambles when he was a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? When he was, you know, on the come up of being like an actor and all this type stuff. And it's like, you watch this and it's like, how can he get on the camera and you know what I'm saying, to be funny like this? But like, and I think that when people always talk about that off the screen stuff and they don't really talk about his on the screen. And it's just like, this dude was putting out banger after banger after banger, man. And it's like,
man, he had a run. Like his run is like, sheesh. It's one of those things, bro, where like when you look back at the time that he had, because like from 2000, what was that first one? Hold on,
2003 Hoes.
No,
well, I started at 2003.
No, not that one. 2006 was no 2000, not 2006. 2007. From 2007 all the way up until 2014. When I tell you, bro, this dude, that's 7 straight years of him being like top dog. Like he was a A-list movie actor.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't get that opportunity. And then out of the blue, he hit one of those weird like conspiracy modes or whatever. But like outside of that, bro, like he was there for 7 years straight. He was the dude. He was the go-to. And when I think that when you get a run like that has to be appreciated, because it ain't just he did a couple good movies. No, he did like a shitload of movies in those 7 years. Because what was the one movie that he did with Lawless? That Lawless movie with him and Tom Hardy. Oh my god, bro, that movie was beautiful. That movie was great, bro. That was the one. Like, to me, I feel like that should have had a lot more. That should have got a lot more love than what it did, and the fact that it didn't win any Oscars or anything was crazy to me. You know, I think.
Yeah, I think this movie is very, very underrated, man. I think Eagle Eye is I think it's really a phenomenal movie, man. Like to see that the ratings that it got, which I don't really pay attention to a lot of this shit because I think a lot of this shit is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that people don't really get a lot of the significance of it. But like they said that this movie had got it won 3 awards and 8 nominations, but it wasn't any like big stuff that what I mean like it's not like it wasn't no Oscars or anything like
Right.
that. Like it got smaller stuff like one thing like MTV Award nomination. He got Best Male Performance.
Mm-hmm.
Shia LeBouf did, which I don't know who beat him, but he did this shit. Like I mean, this was a serious role. And
Mm-hmm.
like I think that this movie it's a great rewatchable.
Well, BET gave Rosario Dawson the Best Actress award for this movie too. So
It says she was nominated.
oh no, I'm looking. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
like
why. Because what the fuck is Cola?
I never heard of that.
They won for Location Team of the Year. They won 2 ASCAP awards. I don't know what that is, but respect. Top box office films.
See,
They won
I
it twice.
see that's what I'm saying, man. Like I feel like I just feel
Yeah,
like, man, they really have some of the wrong people
yeah,
being
for
like
sure,
movie critics and stuff because
for sure.
this movie to me, was great. Like,
It was definitely Oscar worthy, and
yeah,
the storyline alone, the plot alone was Oscar worthy. Like that to me deserved to at least what I'm saying, get some type of shine, some type of shine.
yeah,
So yeah, that was crazy, man. But you ready to get into the Fire Flames, bro?
yes, sir.
Let's do it, man.
Yoga fire, yoga flame.
I don't know if I was on the delay or not, so my apologies if I was, but that shit just played on my screen. Uh, so what you got for this one, Brody?
Man, I was battling with this, man, because I was sitting there, I'm thinking one and I'm thinking another, and I was like, is this a 5? Is it a 4.5? And I'm sitting there thinking I'm going back and forth, back and forth. And I really genuinely enjoy this movie. Like I got this movie on DVD. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have Shia LeBouf, you got Michelle Mullihan, you got Billy Bob Thornton, Rosario Dawson, you got Anthony Mackie, my man that played in Shield. You know what I'm saying? He was the
Michael Chiklis.
yeah, like it's like the cast was really good. Like you said earlier, the plot was good. I'm gonna give it a 5, man. I'm sorry, like I got to give it to it, man. I think that with the cast and the story, Steven Spielberg, he was just an executive producer, so he just kind of really just funded the movie, really. But like you said earlier in the pod, like for the events that was going on around this time, and then for them to use, and look, we just did a movie where like we were talking about Hollow Man, like how they were just trying to get fucking invisible troops and shit. And it's like now the government is trying to create a fucking computer, a supercomputer that could, see potential threats and what I'm saying, call them shits in. It was just like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna give it a 5. I was going back and forth, but I can't even remember the last time I gave something a 5 rating. But I'm gonna give this one, man.
Ooh, a 5.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna give it to it.
Sheesh. Okay. Uh. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm gonna go 4. You know what I'm saying? I thought this movie was great. I thought that the plot was amazing. I thought that the actors and the cast was amazing. I thought though they could have done a little bit better with the storyline. To me, I think what would have really sent this one over the edge for me is had they let us see his brother first. So had Shia LaBeouf playing as the actual brother first too, like literally playing the brother, not just like some dude in the costume that we think was his brother, like actually having him, you know what I'm saying, play that role. I thought that would have been dope. And then not only that, like the fact that all of this was supposed to be AI, like bro, we could have just found a hacker to crash all that shit. At the end of the day, they went through way too much. Then they could have just found the hacker or pulled the plug on this motherfucker or something. Like it was just a little too much for me. But outside of that, man, like I said, this is a great movie. I do agree with you. This is one of those ones that you will definitely enjoy watching, and it will make you think. It will definitely make you think. But yeah, I'm going for it, bro.
I ain't mad at it.
All right, so let's get into this coming soon, man.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, I think that one worked pretty well for me. So the next episode, man, we got
we got nice a classic, one. Man. Fuck nice. This is a
classic out there.
This is a classic. Yo, this movie is nuts, man.
Okay. We throwing out Gone Girl, man. I definitely got to rewatch this because if I think this is the right one, this is the one where his wife leaves him. Ain't this with Ben Affleck?
Man, she didn't leave him, my guy.
He killed her.
She like faked her death.
She left him in. What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, but she.
I didn't want to give away the plot that soon. I'm just saying, like, but yeah. He did. She definitely left. I remember that though.
Yeah, she definitely left. But that was
this was the one where the trailer was like they kept showing Ben Affleck and then showing like her on the train or showing the train or something like that. Am I thinking of the right one? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I think
you might be thinking of something else.
I gotta look at the trailer. I gotta find the trailer. Hold on, real quick. I gotta look at the trailer. But yeah,
this movie is nuts, my guy, man. Like if man, for a girl to fake a kidnapping, point all the evidence, and then she's writing diaries and stuff. Oh, he might hurt me, and all of this shit, and then all of this stuff.
She set that nigga up crazy, bro.
She set him up crazy, man. And then my man had a young chick on him, and then he had a twin sister. You know what I'm saying? In this movie, but like, yo, this movie's wild, yo. And then they have my dude.
Okay, I remember this. I forgot Tyler Perry was in this though.
Yeah, Tyler Perry was his lawyer.
Yuck.
Because that's when Tyler Perry first started creeping out of doing shit when he's not really Tyler Perry.
He was so horrible, bro.
Like, because I think the first one was that Star Trek movie when they first rebooted the Star Trek. I think that's the first time I seen him.
He was a part of like the intergalactic office or board or whatever like
that.
Remember when he was the scientist on the Turtles?
No. All time. No. The all time is when he played Alex Cross.
Oh man, get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck out of here, man! You is not Alex Cross, my guy, at all. Nothing about you says Alex or Cross.
Salute to Tyler Perry though.
Because, for sure.
He's definitely put a lot of people on and put money in a lot of people's pockets. And then not only that, bro, he's created jobs for a lot of people. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Them wasn't it, my boy.
Yeah, them definitely ain't it.
I will say this though. I don't know if it's like a running gag for Tyler Perry that he just does this shit on purpose, but he always seems to find the worst wigs, and that shit cracks me up every time. I honestly think that that's a running joke for him. But if it is, I hope it is though, because that would be the best running joke ever. Because like every time I see that shit, bro, I be like, yo, whoever made that wig, like that one wig in that in that one movie where dude was like ashtray bitch, and that nigga had a high flat top, but it was like 2018 though. I was like, yo, that shit is crazy. Yeah, that shit was wild, bro. But yeah, Gone Girl, man, that's gonna be a good one, bro.
Oh yeah. The possibilities that we're gonna get into on this.
It's gonna be crazy. So, man, if you guys like that, if you guys are excited about the next episode, if you guys just want to chat it up with us, man, hit us up on our socials on Instagram and Twitter at View9Pod. You can follow us on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. And as far as me, man, you can check me out on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. I got a link tree in the bio. You can follow me everywhere else on there. And you guys stay tuned because I'm going to try something very, very soon. It's going to be a live stream where I can kind of interact with everybody, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet. I don't know where I'm going to put it either, but just stay tuned. I can't wait to do this. I got a great idea. I've been trying to figure out how I can get people to call in, but it's not working out so far. So for right now, y'all just stay tuned. I'm working on the call-in part. But if I can't get the call-in part, then y'all could definitely send me comments. And, yeah, it's going to be some fun stuff, man. Isolated Society might be on the way.
Cool. Excited to hear that. For me, y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram at 28 minutes or less. That's on Instagram as well. The podcast, 28 minutes or less. I took a week off, so it's still the Foxcatcher episode, which is episode 99. So go check out that pod. It's on all major platforms. Rate, subscribe, all of that stuff. Leave a review. And be looking out for the episode 100 that's going to be coming up this week. So be on the lookout for that.
For sure, man. And shit, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. It's always greatly appreciated. And we definitely appreciate your support. And like they say in Hollywood, man, that is a wrap.
Cut.